What's up?
Might be your little tear thing.
My tear? Does it look like I'm crying? It's
looks like you're
allergies,
crying.
ma'am.
I know.
I thought this good freeze would take away the allergies.
You would have thought it would have.
I know, and here I am, just allergies all over the place. Golly, it is a big tear, isn't
I told
it?
you, yeah.
It's allergies, I promise. I'm not been crying. She doesn't beat me, I promise.
I promise. Hey, everyone.
Good morning. Thank you so much for joining us.
We are excited to be here this morning.
Yes.
Excited to get kind of back to normal today for the Texas area anyway.
Excited to be thawing out a little bit.
Exactly.
We've been in the frozen tundra up here in North Texas, so it's
Yeah.
nice to thaw out a little bit. I like snow. I don't like ice.
I know, right? Snow's nice to have. It's drivable, doable. Ice, not so much.
Yeah, no.
So, although we managed to make it happen because we live so close to get up here every day, but for the rest of North Texas, not so much.
Everybody else is staying at home, bundled up next to their fires, drinking hot cocoa, and she's like, "We got to go to work."
We were good. It was out. I let him come late, so that was all good.
Oh, all of 15 minutes. Thank you so much. I graciously accept that. Thank you so much.
Funny. You're so funny. Yeah. So, just while we're waiting on people to get on and getting started, I had a thought this morning.
Okay.
So, every night I do like the overnight oats, or I try to most every night, and I put them in the fridge. So that's my breakfast the next morning.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just curious what you guys do for like a quick breakfast every day, because I'm getting a little tired of oats. I'm like wearing down on the oatmeal thing, but I don't want to eat like fat snacks and cookies or cinnamon rolls, things like that in the morning, muffins. So what do you guys have a quick idea, something that you do quick for breakfast? I know you don't.
Wow.
Well, do you?
Wow.
Because I haven't seen you.
I have a few things, but no, I'm not sharing them with you now. It's fine.
You're so funny. Okay, tell me a few things.
No, because you know I don't do anything, so it's fine. I'm good right here.
So sometimes I grab protein bars when I'm trying to get away from stuff like that. I'm trying to eat a little more healthier, more nutritious, more natural. But yeah, overnight oats, I'm getting tired.
I like protein pancakes.
Protein pancakes. Is that quick though? I mean, do you make them beforehand and just grab one?
You can make them beforehand if you want, but you get the little NutriBullet thing, and it's like it's cottage cheese, protein powder, and a few other things. It's written down at home, and then you just put them in the pan, and you got a pancake.
That takes too long for me in the morning though, because when I'm rushing to work. So if you cook them
you need
ahead
to wake
of time,
up earlier then and do it.
Yeah, that's not. I'm just not a morning person. I did not get that in my DNA somehow.
You're not a morning person.
No.
Really?
I don't like getting up in
Really?
the morning. I do,
Not
but
a
I
morning
don't.
person?
No.
Really? I believe you are.
No, I'm not.
Yes, sure. You're a morning person. Amy says grits.
Grits? That would be good. Are those fast and easy?
Have you ever had grits?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I went to high school in Georgia. You had grits. Grits a lot.
Excuse me.
So,
okay.
Yeah, but I always forget about grits. But yeah, grits would be good. And those are probably they have the instant grits. I totally forgot about that.
Terry says fruit.
Yeah, fruit.
Okay.
Fruit.
Judy says oatmeal, which you're doing a type of oatmeal, but it's not as fun.
Well, no.
Well, maybe it's more fun.
Well, no, it's fine. Overnight oats, after they sit in there for the fridge, they kind of condense
you have
into
cold oatmeal.
It's like cold oatmeal.
So you're not having warm oatmeal.
No.
Let's see. Robin says have an egg. Oh, yeah, hard-boiled eggs.
Yeah, I forgot about that. Isn't that funny that I actually forgot about?
You used to love hard-boiled eggs.
I still like them, so that's a good reminder that I can make some. I just totally forget about it.
I do them in the whatchamacallit.
Although eggs are extremely expensive right now, so that would be like a high-dollar breakfast.
Sold. Nutritious and value. I do hard-boiled eggs in the Instapot.
Do you?
Yeah.
I tried that once. That was the only thing I ever tried in the Instapot. I didn't succeed, so then the Instapot was given away.
I don't know why you didn't like your Instapot.
I just didn't try hard enough, that's all.
Instapot's the best.
Amy does shrimp and grits. I'm not sure I could do the shrimp and grits, but that sounds good.
I had shrimp and grits this morning. That sounds great.
Yeah, I don't know if I could do shrimp in the morning, but I've never tried, so I guess I can't knock it. Good morning, everyone. Minnesota, Texas, Rhode Island. I'm trying to see what else I see.
Judy does
Columbus.
raisin toast.
Raisin toast, oh, that's good. Yeah, I used to eat that. I forget. See, this is why I needed reminders. It's like, I was trying to think, I'm like, what if I just go get at the store that would be quick and easy, but yet not be so full of sugar that my sugar goes high and low, because I do have sugar issues. Anyway, so Who got to see Corey's episode 2 last night?
Yes.
What?
No, I'm listening to you.
What are you looking at the reading?
I was reading things, yeah.
Yeah, let us know if you saw episode 2 last night, what you thought. Did you have any questions on the thread and batting that he was discussing, how he was doing it? And do you show, I was just wondering, because I was watching episode 2 last night. At the end of episode 2, you were showing how you basted down your borders to how you get started.
Uh-huh.
So do you show more of that in episode 3?
No.
No? You just kind of explained?
Mm-hmm.
Can you explain that a little bit more today?
What do you mean?
So why do you do the first top of the border first? I couldn't, you said it, but then it was so fast.
I thought it was quite slow, but okay.
For me, because maybe I was multitasking last night.
Anyway.
But just like a little quick
Can you hold
show.
this, please?
Yeah.
Thank you.
So what we're referring to is the episode last night. At the end, he showed you how he based down quilt top with borders so that there's no issues like wavy borders down the road. And he does it a little bit differently than what you were probably taught when loading the quilt top. So I just wanted him to go over that one more time.
So got backing and batting on the quilt. No, hey, I'm teaching you.
I know.
So I got backing and batting. Backing and batting. Ma'am.
I'm just looking at the two ones. Go ahead,
You're supposed to be learning.
Okay, go.
Multitasking.
Okay.
That's what got you in trouble last night.
I know. Okay, go,
Focus.
go.
Backing and batting, then you put your quilt top on.
Yes.
Which this is the quilt top. You want to make sure that this, of course, covers backing and batting. You're not putting the inner border all the way at the top because then this will be over your backing and batting. Not going to do good for you. You lay this on, put your machine over in the left corner or right, however you want to go. You're going to put on a horizontal channel lock.
Okay.
And you're going to stitch in the ditch down that inner seam, the most inner seam. The reason you're doing this first is if I basted up here before doing anything, if I basted up here just kind of going offhand and hoping it works, once I get down to here and start my stitch in the ditch, things could get wavy.
Oh, okay.
Especially with a printed panel.
Gotcha.
But especially if you're doing, I say especially with a printed panel. Printed panels are normally better, but for pieced quilts that have a border on it, you have no idea what YouTube tutorial your customer watched to put on that border.
That's true.
So if you start up here with a baste and come down here, that border could be doing this.
Gotcha.
And you can only fight that quilt top so much because everything else is already ditched down or basted down.
Okay, so you ditch down the bottom of the border first, and then
you work your way up.
Okay.
The most inner border seam is normally the one that has the most issues because that's where the most play is.
Okay.
This is all open space technically.
Gotcha.
So there's a lot of movement that can happen in that border.
Okay, that makes more sense. I think I understood what you were doing.
Yeah.
But then I was like, well, let me clarify just to make sure. Did you
Yeah.
guys have any questions with that? Because when I started quilting, I was always taught, and how we always taught beginners without doing beginning quilt was to base the top first and then move down.
Right.
And I guess in theory, if it's just like a normal quilt, that's still a great theory.
If it's an edge to edge, go for it.
Yeah,
if
but
that's
if
all
you're
you're doing. But if you're hopping in with borders
But if
and
you're doing
custom
custom
quilting,
work.
yeah,
So this is if you're doing custom work.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just wanting to clarify
Oh,
that.
gotcha. Yeah. No, if you're doing an edge to edge, sure, start at the top and work go crazy.
Gotcha.
But if you're doing a custom with a border, or even an edge to edge with a border,
Yeah, I
if you've
guess
got a border around the edge to edge, go ahead and either baste in that ditch to
Okay.
get it straight, or do stitch in the ditch. Depends on what the customer's paying or
Yeah.
what you want.
But if you based in that border on an edge to edge, then it's just easy to pull out the basting stitch when you're done.
all day
and then
long, yeah.
helps it square up.
Yeah,
A
yeah.
little bit of extra work, but it will help to look at the long
But
run.
it's worth it 1,000% because the thing with borders that I've seen over time, I'm sure you've seen it too, trust me.
Yeah.
If you have it edge to edge in the center and a border corner around the outside, and if you just based the top and the sides as you go,
Go ahead.
that border that border can skew a little bit, and when you get down to the bottom, 9 times out of 10 you end up having a dog ear, which means it slides off to the right or left a little bit.
Yeah.
But if you're doing that ditch work in the border first, or the basting in the border first, however you want to do it, and then you do the basting around the outside, and then you do your quilting, roll, continue the process, roll, continue the process, it'll keep that quilt as square as it possibly can be. Sometimes there's scenarios you can't fix.
Yeah, but it definitely
it'll help
right?
out a lot and alleviate a lot of stress that you run into when you're quilting at 1 in the morning because you have to get it finished.
There you go. So if you didn't get a chance to watch last night's episode, at the end of the episode, watch the whole thing, especially like it tells you how he picks his threads and his batting and why he did it. But then at the end, he shows you the loading and why he loads a custom quilt that way. And then shows you how to do it, actually. You get to physically see the look and how he all does it. I just had a question. So thanks for all the feedback this morning. Thanks for all the food ideas. We love talking to you, getting to know you as well, and not just talk about just quilting all day long. Yeah. So it's fun to just talk about all kinds of random things. So thanks for that. Good tips on the quilting.
Yeah, we had a comment about when I'm going to do a whole cloth crosshatch for the Innova Mach 3 autopilot.
Yeah.
That'll be in a couple of weeks when that episode will come out.
Yeah, well, you still have 2 more episodes in this.
That's what I'm saying, yeah. It'll be a couple of weeks.
So we'll say a few weeks. A couple of weeks means 2. A couple means 2. That's how.
It'll be out in a few weeks. Either a few weeks or it might just be a random video that gets dropped.
Yeah. We've had a lot of people ask about that.
I don't know if it could technically be classified as an after hours because not everybody has an Innova.
Yeah, and it's a different thing. You might just drop that video.
I might just drop. Well, no, not drop. Not get rid of it.
No.
It might just post randomly.
That's what I meant. Like I was trying to use like.
Well, I know. I said drop
terms.
too. It was me too. I know, and I was like, well, no, that kind of sounds. I'm gonna get rid of it. So it might be just a random post.
Yep. So he'll get that video done.
Yeah.
And get that out because that's a really good video to have. A lot of people like to be able to do cross hatching.
It's the way to do it.
Yeah, and with your little formula you do, it works out nice.
That's the one time I like math.
One time you like math. One time college was worth it, right?
College was worth it for a bunch of things. But
it's like, oh, I need it today for a funeral casket.
Oh, I'm so sorry. You can call me.
Yeah, if you want to.
If you can call, we can FaceTime or something.
He can help you kind of go through it.
I can kind of walk you through it real quick.
That doesn't mean everybody because we're swamped today.
Yeah, swamped today, but this is a big thing.
Yeah, that's a big thing though.
You can call us and we'll FaceTime or something. I'll walk you through it.
Yeah, and Corey will help walk you through it. That way you can take care of that.
Yeah,
that's important.
That's important.
So,
gotta get that. Let's see. Everyone's just looking at how we do different things.
Yeah.
We are funny. Oh, thank you, Jackie. We try. It's just all natural.
All
here.
natural.
Yeah.
So we want to put a little, what is that like? So obviously you know that in Texas, in North Texas, we've just had lots of ice. Everything's pretty much melting away now, although the roads are still a little crazy and like overpasses. So with that, when North Texas, DFW area shuts down, which it does when there's ice because we just don't have the infrastructure here to clear the roads, to put all the stuff down, like a lot of the northern cities that get a lot of it. Because we're in the middle of the U.S., it tends to stop down all shipping going east and west as well, right?
Ever since Ryan's become a pilot, she thinks she's a professional in airport stuff. So this is what I have to listen to every time something happens.
It does.
And it has to do with an airport. So y'all are welcome.
Yeah. So it tends to shut down whether it's transportation on the ground or whether it's in the air.
Yeah.
So although we've come in and we've packed all of the packages every day and we've had everything prepped for shipping, unfortunately the carriers, UPS, FedEx Express, FedEx Ground, and the post office just haven't been able to make it to us yet. And it has a lot to do with
that's not their fault. That's safety.
It's not their fault. It's safety. So what I'm trying to explain is please be patient with us.
Please have grace with us.
Because we have got everything prepped and ready.
You've got a tracking number. We promise. We worked hard to get up here to do it. But
yeah, and please have grace with us. Please understand that it's going to take a little bit longer for your packages to get there. And with other vendors too, because it's not their fault.
And have grace with the carrier too.
With the carrier, it's not their fault either.
Yeah, they're trying.
Yeah, they're just trying to make sure it's all safe before. So yeah, it will take a couple extra days to get to you, but your packages will get there.
They're on their way.
They are on their way, whether they're from us or from other vendors. And just like I said, because we're so central in the U.S., it tends to shut down a lot of stuff. So you'll see an effect for about a week. It will be. So we just wanted to kind of put that out there. And, like you said, have grace. Don't be mad at us. Don't say, we'll never order with you again because you can't get it out fast enough. Or why didn't you get that out the next day? We really try. We do. So anyway, I just had to put that out there.
Your little soapbox PSA for the moment.
Exactly. So.
We talked about batting last night.
You did, yeah.
We did, yeah. We talked about different batting types and different ways to layer them if you're doing a show quilt or just a regular quilt, what battings to look for or to use for those certain things, and certain things. And then we also talked thread.
Yeah, you
Last
did.
night's episode was good.
You had a good episode. You
I
gave
liked last
different
night's episode.
ideas of why he chose different things, and so we can't wait for him to do episode 3 next week to really get into what do you do in episode 3 next week?
Episode 3.
Let's plan for that.
I plan on doing Stitch in the Ditch.
Okay.
And then what else am I planning on doing? I need my spreadsheet.
That's okay.
Oh, and I'm also going to do the quilting for the petals and the stuff like that.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, because remember I don't know if quilting's next week. Yeah, okay. I guess I could have just left it that way.
Yeah.
But quilting's next week, and then the following week I plan on doing borders and then negative space.
Gotcha. So the next 2 episodes are really focused on quilting.
Yeah, a lot of quilting.
Awesome.
And then being able to change your designs on the go, because remember we talked about last Friday that some of the designs that I had picked initially. In my mind, I thought, oh, this is going to look really, really good, and this is going to work. And then I started really thinking about it, and I was like, I don't know if this is going to work the way I want it to. So going through that process of being able to change it on the go and switch your design to work better for you. Yeah. That's tied into these 2 episodes too.
Awesome. Anyway, so what are some other things going on?
Besides you, it is my favorite woman in the world's birthday today.
Well, I'm glad you said that first, because I would have felt like, what? Yes, thank you. It is. Besides his mom.
Anyway, it is the best woman in the world besides my mom's birthday today. Everyone on the UE tubes, drop them in the comments. Happy birthday, Grandma.
Happy birthday, Mom. So I'm just very...
It's always Grandma.
It's Mom for me. Happy birthday, Mom, Grandma.
The audacity. I'm hurt for you, Grandma.
No. Happy birthday. We're so excited to be able to be around you, too, so we can actually have birthday dinner with you tonight. So I'm excited about taking her to dinner tonight for her birthday and just to be able to have her around. I mean, I'm thankful that I have my mom in my life still. You know, not everybody has that luxury, and I'm very thankful that I have her in my life, that I can still learn from her, we can still do things together, and just have a relationship with her. So I'm thankful for that.
Grandma's the best.
Yes, she is.
Taught me how to sew. That's
why we're here today. That's right.
Really?
Hey, I don't remember everything.
You're supposed to know everything. No, yeah, Grandma's the first person that taught me how to sew and got my interest into the whole quilting sewing expedition. And then you got your job here. So then, of course, I got into long arm quilting.
That's right.
But all of this started because of Grandma.
There you go. That's very true. All of you.
Well, I mean, yeah, I'm here because of you.
That's true.
But
you
my interest in the skills of sewing and stuff like that came from Grandma.
Yeah, that's right. No, that's true. Like when she
was
was
summers that I spent with her.
She was trying to teach me to sew when I was younger, but I didn't have that want like some of my sisters. I was more into sports, so I just never took that. I didn't have that gene to learn how to like sew when I was younger, like some of my other sisters did. But Corey took that over really well and did really good with that. And he does.
I enjoy it.
Yeah, you really do.
Yeah, it's fun.
And I'm starting to enjoy it now in my later years, like, you know, learning how to piece. And so I'm not sure I'll ever be like a seamstress, like to make clothing.
No.
But because
I don't have that talent.
That would be a lot of talent. Yeah. But definitely just being able to sit down and just kind of create something.
Sometimes, I tell you, sometimes it's playing on the sewing machine. Yeah. It's mind-numbing. It's good. It's a stress reliever, really. Until you get a seam that doesn't work out right, and then you're going to whip out in there.
Then you just have the seam rippers on the side, right? It's like, pick it out.
Pick it out.
Pick it out.
Got to do some reverse sewing.
Reverse sewing. There you go. There you go.
I wish it came out as fast as it went in. That'd be nice.
That's true. That's very true. That's very true. Anyway.
Judy had a good question. Yeah. Does Stitch in the Ditch weaken the piecing stitches? So, that is
I never heard that question. That's a good question.
It's a
good question.
It's a good question, but it's a something. There's a word for it.
Well, does it?
It depends. So they say I have never run into this where it's a thing, but they say that if you press your seams open and then you do stitch in the ditch down the seam, sometime down the seam line, sometimes the needle can shred the piecing stitch.
I could see that.
When the seam is pressed open, so then it weakens the seam. I've seen this.
Okay.
It's never personally happened to me, but I've heard and seen it.
Okay.
So they say if you press your seams to one side, then you're actually stitching down on fabric. You're not going on the actual thread that pieced it together.
Which is why you always told me to iron to the dark side.
Yes, press to the dark side.
Press to the dark side.
Press to the dark side.
Okay.
It's for that, and so you don't see the color fabric underneath the lighter color.
Okay.
But if you are to do stitch in the ditch, they recommend that when you're piecing the top to press to a certain side, because theoretically speaking, if the seam is pressed open and you stitch in the ditch down it, you could shred the thread. Depending on what thread was used for the piecing. You never know that area if you're quilting for customers.
That's very true.
So that's just something to look into. If you have a quilt come in that all the seams are pressed open and they want stitch in the ditch, that's a disclaimer that you need to put out there. You have no idea what they've used to piece it together.
Exactly. I think everybody probably has different results when it comes to this.
Oh yeah.
That's just kind of what we have found and what has worked.
It's just what I've seen and researched
and what you've researched and done.
Yeah.
That was a good question. I've never heard that one before.
Really?
Well, I'm just
I thought
learning.
we've talked about it.
Well, if we have, I forgot.
Okay, that's okay. I'm sure there's things that you and I have talked about I don't remember.
There probably are.
But more than
Should we make a list?
No, let's not make a list because I'll probably lose. But yeah, theoretically speaking, if the seam is pressed open, it's harder to do stitch in the ditch successfully because of that issue.
Gotcha. Alrighty, well there you go. Tell us what you do. So that's a good question. What do you, everybody that's watching, how do you do your stitch in the ditch? And do you find that it's better to press to the side, in the middle, or what have you had success with as well?
Yeah.
I mean, that's just what we've had success with, but we always love hearing from you too.
Well, there's a million different ways to do things.
everything.
It has nothing to do with the way, not only the way I do it. It's just, it's good to get knowledge from a bunch of different sources, build it together to make your own encyclopedia.
Oh, look at there. How you put that together.
Went to college.
You did go to college. I remember that, Bill. So, no, you paid it through yourself. I'm just joking with you. Anyway, so we just want to, we're going to go ahead and end the day with thankful fors.
Okay.
We love that you guys are always up watching us in the morning on Friday mornings. We really appreciate you talking and the feedback you give us. Because if you weren't here chatting with each other and chatting with us, we wouldn't have a show. It'd be just, you'd be bored.
We'd be frozen.
Yeah, we'd be like, But you guys help feed us, and now, always feel comfortable asking questions. We love questions. No question is stupid. I mean, heck, I didn't even know that question, and that's obviously a common question. So, hey, anyway, please definitely do that.
And then another thing, there's a new feature now on YouTube that you no longer have to have a Google account to comment.
Oh, okay.
So if you were concerned that, I don't have a Google account, so I can't comment and follow along, you can. Just click on it and start commenting.
There you go.
You don't have to have a Google account anymore. You have to have one to subscribe, which we highly recommend. Thank you.
I was just going to say, but if you would subscribe,
yeah, we would like for you to subscribe.
We really want to get the numbers up there.
And if you're just hopping on for the first time, real quick, and you want to answer or ask a question,
you can ask it without a Google account.
So
that's cool. I forgot about that.
Yeah, it's nice that it can be done though.
Exactly. So thankful for. So I want to go back and jump back to being thankful for my mom this week. Just thankful that I was able to learn so much from her growing up, so many different things, and just being able to have the relationship with her today as well, and having somebody to talk to. And really thankful that she never judged me my whole life. So I was not the best little kid. I mean, I was a good kid, but I made my own decisions. I was kind of hard-headed.
She made choices.
I made my own choices. I was hard-headed, and I did things the way that I thought they needed to be done. And, she had a little bit more knowledge. Your parents do, but we don't think that as kids. But instead of, you can't, you're this, you're that. I mean, just all the things that could have gone wrong in a mother-daughter relationship for the choices that I made in life, she didn't. She just never judged. She was just there when I fell. When I fell, she was there to give me a hug and say, hey, how can we fix this? How can we make it better? And let's move on. And that's just the relationship I've always had with her. So I'm just very thankful for that relationship. So I love you, Mom. Happy birthday.
Now I'm going to cry.
Don't, because I was holding the bag this whole time. Okay, go.
Your voice is shaking. It's starting. There
I
it is.
know.
Allergies. It's allergies.
It's allergies.
It's okay. It's okay. Ditto. I am thankful for Grandma as well. That's my thankful for too. There's one time every now and then in the year we can steal our thankful fors, and I'm thankful for my grandma as well. Always been there. Again, kind of like Mom said, never judged. Always was there to help lift up, no matter what. And you were always put on a pedestal. Of course, as a grandchild. Always raised you up, no matter what you did. Was always there as much as she could be. And is still there to this day as much as she can be.
Yeah.
So shout out to Grandma. I love you. Happy birthday. And she's the one. She's the real one.
Yep, exactly. So, you know, as we're closing today, put your thankfuls in there for. We always love seeing them. And, you know, as always, we're thankful for you as well. So,
yes.
Let's go warm up and start shipping.
I don't want to go to work. I think we can just stay here with the people all day.
We can stay here and just talk.
Let's just go over to the quilting machine. Let's just quilt. Just quilt our day away.
Maybe we'll do that one day where we'll just be live for like an hour or two and just quilt
all day long.
Probably not all day long.
That'd be a great video to tune into. Y'all can just see me work through a whole quilt. Hop in, hop out, go do your things, run your errands, and then come back, see what's going on. Have it on playing on the TV while you're cleaning or crocheting or something. Just let the thing run. You know, that's like that's not a common thing. I know people would log in and see that. Not just even people that subscribe. Like people at work, at a corporate job that don't really want to be there.
No, I thought about that. Like when something's live continuously and they're like, okay, I got to get away, but I'll go back and see, oh, this is what they're doing now. I get where you're going.
You're going through a whole quilt? You're picking up what I'm putting down? Okay, all right, there we go.
We'll figure out when you can put it down, though.
I'll figure out when I have time to do that. Alrighty, y'all. Well, thank you all so much for a wonderful Friday morning. We hope you have a great Friday. If you're still in the ice and snow, please be careful.
Yep.
And then have a great weekend. I'll see you next Thursday as we start quilting the flamenco panel. Bye.